Raptors proving you can win an NBA championship without building a super team. There's a popular strain of basketball thought that attempts to assess whether certain players could be the best player on a team that wins the NBA championship, or the second best or third best player, or a starter, or in the rotation. If you can't imagine, this has always been a flawed way to look at team building and at players. Teams are ecosystems and players can evolve. Certain players, let's get to the meat here. Averaged 7 points. Siakam wouldn't be the second best player on the Warriors, or a few other teams' Sixers. But he's absolutely. Champions aren't built by blueprint. The Warriors proved, the non-blueprint title team most like these Raptors are the 2011, and not because they are a shock to the system. Those Mavericks were. Video by CBS Sports. In some ways, Masai Ujiri's blueprint for the Raptors looks traditional. He traded for the best player available on the market, having a top 5, but there's a reason just nabbing Kahi didn't make Toronto anything like favorites to win the title. The rest of the supporting cast didn't look like the supporting cast of a title team. Being in the context, Siakam turned into a near all-star and the most improved player over the previous summer. Turned into a kiddie. These Raptors, assuming they win one of the next 3 games to finish with a trophy, prove there's not just one way to build a championship team. Toronto's success-related slideshow best of the NBA Finals provided by Iman.
Raindrop, drop top smoking, no cooking the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Looking up, open the park pot.